Hi everyone, it's Mark here at Chris's Coffee again, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be taking a look at the Turin DF83V variable speed grinder. Now we just got this in a couple of weeks ago, so we've been playing around with it, our techs have been taking it apart, going through it. I wanted to do a quick video on this, just kind of going over the features and our first impression. We will be doing a deeper dive video shortly. I think give us a couple of weeks after this video comes out, and we're going to do another one, diving into the RPMs, that feature on it, going into the retention level of this grinder. But I wanted to at least get a video out there and go over the features and what you can expect from this grinder. The Turin DF83V comes in at 15.75 inches high by 5 inches wide by 12 inches deep. It has a 680 watt motor and 83 millimeter burrs. It runs off 110 volt, 15 amp electrical. It has a 60 gram single dose hopper and an adjustable range of 300 to 1600 RPMs. So the one thing we noticed right away is when we took this grinder out of the box was the fantastic build quality of everything. Everything from the bellows system to the actual cup that comes with it. Everything is a very high level of craftsmanship. It's also, it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but it's very heavy duty. This is about a 20-pound grinder, but it's still very compact, which is fantastic. As you can tell by looking at this, it is a top-feeding single-dose grinder with a bellows system, you can see right there, to keep retention as low as possible, which it definitely succeeds at. Right before we started filming this, we tested the DF83V with a light roast, a medium roast, and a dark roast. All the varying shots that we did, and they were around 18 grams to 22 grams, all of those shots were around a 0.1 gram of retention, that's just phenomenal for a single dose grinder. So as I mentioned earlier, the V in the DF83V stands for variable, as in variable speed adjustment. We zoomed in on the dial wheel on the side of the grinder, and this allows you to adjust the RPMs of your grinder. So you can go from 300 RPM all the way up to 1600 RPM. And this is if you like to experiment with a lot of your roasts, see how the taste profile changes. Like for example, if I'm using a lighter roast, I tend to like to grind at a higher RPM. You have the ability to do that with this grinder. And that type of customization is pretty unheard of for a grinder around this price point. So another thing that I really love about the DF83V is just how quiet this grinder is. So just to kind of give you a peek behind the curtain, this grinder has been running since we started filming this video. I have the burrs spinning and you can't hear a thing. It's so quiet. And just to show you how quiet it is, even while grinding, I'm gonna kind of pop some beans in there so you can hear it for yourself. Very quiet and very fast. So I wanted to take a second and show the interior of the grinder, which just kind of reinforces our initial impression in regards to how well built this grinder is. As you can see, even the grinder's interior is finished aluminum, and it's got polished edges. It's just, the attention to detail is very impressive on this unit. You can see the grinder's control board there as well, but if you want to spin over here, we can show you the front of the grinder. Now we've taken the burr assembly off so you can see how the burrs are installed. Now the version of the DF83V that we're going to be carrying here at Chris's Coffee, that's already going to have the espresso burrs already pre-installed, but brew burrs do exist for this grinder, so if you ever wanted to use it for filter coffee, there are burrs available. Just a few observations though that we've had in regards to changing out these burrs. When we first attempted to remove them, we definitely had to apply a lot of force to those screws, so they were in there real good. So just a heads up, if you do need to remove the burrs, that's something to take into consideration. When you put the brew assembly cover back on as well, you want to make sure the grooves are lined up before you rotate it back into place, or you're going to risk stripping those grooves. So there you have it. This was just going to be a very brief video on, like I said, our first impressions of the DF83V grinder. We are planning other videos, like I mentioned earlier. I really want to do a video about the RPM feature, and I really want to also go into the retention the test that we did before we started filming today. I think that would be really valuable to see across a lot of different roasts what the retention level we were getting off this grinder. We're excited for it. We get a lot of equipment, grinders, machines sent to us, but we're really excited about this unit, and I'm really excited about that price point too. You typically don't see an 83 millimeter grinder at that price. So keep an eye out for those videos, and thank you so much for watching.